Awesome. Well, so welcome to the Eleganate Adventure Sagas. I think we're just going to stick with Eleganate for now. Your numbers are in flux. A lot of numbers are in flux these days. I think we'll just roll with it. So, let's see here. Where did we leave off? All right. Enter the chat window. Yes to all. So, following a thread provided by both Quaylene Anderleaf and Sildar Halwinter at Townmaster's Hall, the eight headed to Thunder Tree in search of Reidoth the Druid. They'd been told this druid might be able to shed some light on finding Gundren Rockseeker, who'd been taken, so they think, to Cragmaw Castle. Reidoth knows every inch of the land and may have clues on both getting there or even Waybuck Cave itself. Arriving at Thunder Tree late at night, the party decided to ease into the area, sending little Zippy ahead, invisible, to check things out. To the south, Zippy reported a good number of blights, initially uninterested in the E8. Checking out the building directly to the northeast, E8 found itself battling 4 ash zombies. Nasty buggers that pop upon first hit and just don't know how to stay dead. While sneaking out the north side of the building, Cyrus heard something big sleeping in what appears to be a tower in the next building to the east. Knowing it was best not to wake it, the E8 kept the battle to the south of the building, drawing out zombies one by one. Largely unscathed, less little Zippy, the Eleganate laid waste to the zombies, only to draw the focus of a gaggle of blights to the south. Knowing the Zipster will likely be a necessary part of the upcoming battle, Noodle throws some healing his way, bringing back at least some of his health. They are ready. Or are they? Let's not forget, the Black Spider may be onto them. We shall see. And that brings us to now. You are not currently in battle. You have heard what seem to be some blights to the south. Little Zippy has just been partially healed by Noodle. And I'll give you a few minutes to talk amongst yourselves and acclimate, sort of figure out how you want to play the next part of this. So a reminder, to the east is something big, potentially. To the south is some rustling sounds. You know there's at least 2 blights, and you've heard that there may be more. Don't forget, Cyrus, you are on the other side of the building. Depending on how you want to if you want to join the rest of the party, let's have that conversation on which way you go. And
I'm going back. I'm going back. I'm just walking at a normal pace.
All right, so no reason to be stealthy. I think you're good to go. You don't hear any rustle. You don't hear the big thing waking up.
Yeah. Yeah. So, guys, what's this about a black spider?
It sounds scary.
So to be clear, it was the Black Spider. Probably, a bad guy name, not literally a black spider.
Oh, okay.
So I encourage you to go read that long-ass narrative, and it does make reference to the references to the Black Spider that I figured you guys had missed in all of the hullabaloo.
Yes.
So yeah, so the Black Spider, if you guys remember quickly, the little threads you have, this Black Spider seems to be orchestrating some things, and was in cahoots with Glassstaff, right, and the Red Brands, right. So sort of like they were like Glassstaff was operating under the tutelage and under the direction of the Black Spider. Furthermore, the Black Spider is who had Gundren Rockseeker captured and taken, you think, to Cragmaw Castle. So that's all you really have learned at this point.
Do you guys think we should fight these wooden guys, or do you think we should just start heading down the path?
Yeah,
I don't think we should.
I lean toward head on, but
I don't think we should engage them. I think we should just go like we're going, and if they happen to want to fight us, then we defend ourselves, but not go for it.
I think that sounds like a good idea. We haven't attacked them yet, so...
Yeah.
Do we want to go proactively figure out what that big sleeping thing is? Or do we definitely not want to go do that?
Is it to our...
Especially, definitely.
All right, so you guys have lost me. I mean, you're talking amongst yourself then.
Yeah.
What are you discussing?
Yeah.
We're talking amongst ourselves what we should do. So.
Okay. Okay. You do you guys. You do you.
That's right.
I guess the question is the sleeping thing to our right?
Yes.
Why don't we head down that path, going to the right, and see what happens?
Let me. Actually, let's have Noodle heal Lil Zippy all the way. Because I really like the stealth aspect. Yeah, just so we can.
Aspect.
Yeah, just so we can kind of find out what's up before we run into it.
So she check out her spell slots, right? Because she has a certain number of spell slots, right?
Yeah. So I just looked and like nothing had been checked, so I picked one off for the cure light wounds, but I don't know what else if she had cast any other spells.
She hadn't cast anything else. I think that was it.
Okay. All right. So let's do another cure wounds on Lil Zippy.
Is Lil Zippy hurt? I see her as not having any damage.
Oh, it'll update in a second. But yeah, it's Zippy's about just under 50% hurt.
Oh wow. Okay. Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, let's do another cure. Heal. Oops, that's not it. Oh yeah, it is. On to Lil Zippy.
And I don't know if you guys are hoarding healing potions, but I'll give you some time to do that. Now, there is no time to take a short rest in case anyone was wondering about them.
All right, can I do a heal on
I will allow it.
on Zippy?
Where is Zippy? Hold on. Oh, right next to it. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's good. Because now I'm only down 3. Or Zippy's down 3. So that's perfect.
All right.
Lightly wounded. So little Zippy's hangs out and Noodle lays hands upon Zip, and Zippy suddenly feels a lot better. A little better than better. I would imagine that getting healed like that feels pretty darn good.
I would think so, yeah.
All right, so from where you guys are, there's a path that leads to the southeast, right? Unexplored. You haven't been there. You do know just off past the trees to the right there, to the east, is something big. You do see that the trail down a way sort of splits in two, but it's pretty dark over there, and you aren't seeing a whole lot of much.
Yeah, let's go down that way.
So do you want me to have Zippy go invisible and fly that way first?
Good idea.
Sounds great.
What's our order? Do we want Zippy first, and then me and Karen, and then... Or Karen, you want to take the rear?
I think we had did we have like a 3x3? Are we 6 people right now, or only 5?
You are 5.
6
Here,
if you...
Oh, 6. Yeah,
Well-
Zippy. Sorry, Zippy's
Okay.
6.
Yeah, we could do like 3 and 2 or something like that.
All right, stack up how you want to be. I'll give you a free... Someone can't find their phone.
Aaron and Skylar, you want to be in front, or? Karen?
Okay, so you're sending little Zippy ahead, correct? So before I approve Zippy, anyone else who wants to move before I approve Zippy? Okay. All right, Noodle's heading over there. We got Fabio going over here. All right. Okay, so as little Zippy heads to the south, a couple of things happen. This guy. Man.
Scary.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out how... Okay, here we go. Visibility. Visibility. Visible. There we go. So you guys do see little Zippy sees 2 twig blights, right, sort of off to the south there. Right, probably being attracted to whatever sounds were happening up north. So now you have some twig blights to the south, and you have some you know of 2 twig blights to the west, and some rustling, sort of to the southwest.
All right.
So I will let everybody knows what Zip sees.
Yeah, so you get these nice sort of VHS fuzzy images, with like VHS with the tracking slightly off, right, of these twig blights.
Oh, do you guys want to like back out so that we don't like we can take on those twig blights and then so we don't disturb whatever the big thing is?
Sure.
Oh,
So why don't you
pull them
Yeah,
back.
can we pull them back? Yeah.
Yeah, you can pull. I'll let you pull Little Sleepy back, but then I would recommend Cyrus. Why don't you roll a perception check again?
Let's do that.
So while Fabia moves him back, because he's invisible and flying, so he should be stealthy enough.
Yeah.
I mean, we never really talked about the kinds of flying sounds he makes.
Okay. That didn't help. However, Noodle's also gonna listen.
Yeah. So nothing. I will.
Would Zippy have perceived anything?
Zippy's on his way back, so he's not going to roll. If anyone else wants to roll that was not Little Zippy, feel free to roll a perception check.
I will try.
Yeah, that didn't help.
You want those nights.
Perception fumble.
Yeah, I mean, so like, Fabia saved you guys. I was say because the way things are rolling for you guys, as far as you're concerned, you're alone in the forest. Right. All right, so Fabia, you do hear, off to the off to that northeast. You do hear the same thing that Cyrus heard. It's a little more faint. It does sound like something very big, possibly asleep. You don't hear it rustling, so it doesn't seem that you've drawn its gaze as of yet. But you also pick up the sounds of these blights off to, honestly, you've got them to the south, you've got them to the west, and it sounds like you may have them to the southwest. Beyond
We're
that,
surrounded by blades.
yeah, beyond that, you don't hear any rustling through the trees to the right. Anything beyond that, that big, whatever it is, and you hear nothing to the north.
Why don't we go flank them? Why don't we go to like up and to the right?
Because that's where the big thing is. The big thing's off to the right. I think we'd want to go like maybe up and to the left.
Yeah.
Okay. Do it.
Do you want me
Alright,
to
so-
send Zippy
Sure, that sounds like a good idea.
up around? So up around the building then? Up by where you were before?
I was thinking like we head out. Oh, can I draw? Let's see. I was thinking like,
Did you receive and put away your dishes?
this way.
Where did we come in from?
We came in from this way. Basically, if we like kind of back out and deal with those blights, because they're going to come up behind us probably.
That's true. Okay.
Okay, I moved.
Then
And you're limiting it to a max move distance, right, Thomas?
I am.
Okay, cool. That's my max.
All right. We got some ominous forest sounds.
I don't know how far I can move.
All right. So Skylar, immediately upon hitting there, a couple of things happen. You see a twig blight. You see a twig blight. And just peeking out of that building, you see another twig blight.
Uh-oh. A lot of little twiggies.
There we go.
I think do you guys all feel like we're doing something wrong?
No.
You mean if by wandering in multiple directions haphazardly? No, I'm playing.
Sure.
No, I mean you guys are exploring the area, right?
Yeah, and we're avoiding the big scary thing right now.
We don't. That's a scary thing.
Yeah, look, you're sort of your passive skills alone say, right? You're trying to find this druid, right? And you know there's something to the northeast area, that tower that Cyrus found. You don't want to mess with that thing, right? So you're avoiding it. You also don't want to draw any aggro near that thing and wake it up, right? And you need to find this druid or scrap the entire plan and bail, right? So like your options are pretty much right. Either find a way around these guys, or encounter
Through them.
Yeah,
right?
Let's find a way through them.
I mean, your barbarian
they
over
don't
there.
like
I would
fire.
wager is a thing.
We know they don't like fire.
So, on that note, I'm going to need you guys all to roll for initiative because you are now you haven't been engaged yet, but you definitely are in line of sight of some stuffs.
That's on the
Alright.
main screen, right?
It is. And I got to roll again. There's no way that all of the bad guys rolled 20s.
What?
Yeah, I must have done a manual roll or something because every single bad guy rolled a 20.
No.
Hey, Thomas, how do I roll initiative?
Now you're kidding, aren't you? You're messing with your GM. No,
Well,
it's
no,
not,
'cause normally you have that button, but now I can't find the other button.
so on the main tab
Yep, no.
there should be something that says init.
Oh. I think I actually rolled the
I
wrong
will be-
thing.
I will be right back. I just have to go grab my water.
Awesome. And why did it say that I rolled a critical hit?
Because you probably rolled an attack instead of initiative.
No, I rolled NPC initiatives. Let's try it again. All right. That
Oh
worked.
no, I rolled Noodle. I rolled an attack for Noodle by accident.
Oh, okay. My bad.
Same,
Alright.
yeah.
Karen over to us because he didn't move.
Oh, did he take off? Did I miss something?
Oh, yeah. Let me move over there. Sorry.
Yeah, move over there, and then did you roll initiative?
Yep. I mean, I can roll again if you want. But...
Nah, I think we're good. I think it's always good to have, Karen go last. All right.
Clean
All right,
up,
so-
man.
So initiatives have been rolled. I'm going to go to the top of the round. All right, so you guys are, for all intents and purposes, you are in combat. To your south, you've discovered some twig blights. You don't know their intentions, but you have heard them rustling, and at least a couple of them are heading towards you. You know that there are some directly to the south. You know that it seems that some are coming up that road to, from the sort of the southeast. And that's what you know. Little Zippy.
Oh, he's first?
Little Zippy has a 22 initiative.
Are we attacking them or waiting for them to attack us?
Well, we'll do a regroup on how this works. So at the top of every round, you guys can plan, What you want to
No,
do
no, no.
strategically.
I'm asking my group. If
Oh no,
we're
I'm just
attacking them
I'm
or
just
waiting
reminding
for them
everyone
to-
that once we get into
Okay.
combat, it's going to be like a lot faster.
Gotcha.
Right. So, you'll get like anywhere from 5 to 10 seconds, and if you haven't made a move, I'll just move it to the next person. It keeps the combat a rolling.
No, which is good. I understand. I just didn't know if we're just readying and seeing what the blights do, or if we're actively attacking the blights.
Okay, let's let him approach.
Yeah, you aren't going to get stealth on him. Just so
Okay.
you know. I mean, it's like you're not going to get an opportunity.
No.
And
So-
if it's
'Cause
clear
then
that they're not
Zippy's-
going to, if it's clear they're going to attack us, we may as well attack them.
Yeah, I agree.
So do you want me to have Zippy attack one of them, or are we just gonna ready?
Does it seem like? I guess the question is, does it seem like they're approaching us to attack or not?
Okay, so then roll a I'm reminding myself. Hold on. I believe this would be a nature check.
Can we all roll
Yeah.
a nature check?
Yeah, anyone who wants to roll a nature check, just anyone from your party, because we're going to see what you know about the blights, just to remind you. All right, you guys got enough. So just a couple of things to remember. The only reason that you know these blights are here is because they're moving, right? So when they're motionless, you would not know that they were standing right in front of you, right? Because they become indistinguishable from like
Right.
a dead shrub, right? So like they're rustling around, so they're on the move, right? Potentially hungry.
Let's get them.
Let's do it.
All right. So little Zippy. So Twig Blight and these two Twig Blights down here are still in the room, though, right?
The two, yeah, there's two in the room that haven't really moved. The only reason you saw
Moved.
those is because you sent little Zippy in. So the two in the room are sort
Okay.
of just hanging. But the at least three that you see are coming towards you.
So
Are these
that
guys?
one.
Are these guys undead?
The twig blights.
Yeah.
Let's take a look.
I rolled a pretty good nature check, and I don't remember.
They are
when did we
not
discover
undead.
them?
No, they're not undead.
Okay, that's all I wanted to know.
Yep, they're a small plant. They are neutral evil.
Evil.
And if you remember correctly, they can speak common, but I'm sorry, they can understand what you're saying, but they can't speak. Right? They like to hide themselves among ordinary
Right.
plants. And for those playing along at home, this is what they look like.
I guess I should tell them that I'm a vegetarian, not because I love animals, but because I hate plants.
Hate plants.
Nice.
Cool. All right. Yeah, because you rolled info on this last time, right, Fabia?
Yeah. Yes, I did.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Okay, so Zip will attack this one.
How?
I'll have to fly over.
All right. Make your move.
He will fly over as invisible, though.
All right. Now you know that goes away as soon as he attacks, right?
Yes.
All right.
But
So
I
he's
want
on
it to
up.
be kind of stealthy.
He's good to go. The blight's like here's like flippity flappity flippity flap.
Yeah, exactly. Oh no.
Oh, it's a good way to start the game. You could not have missed better, right? So, little Zippy goes for the attack. Is now visible to the blights,
Oh,
and thinks to himself, maybe I'd have been better off nesting in this thing than attacking it.
Yeah.
All right. So you've just watched Fabio. It's you can end his turn. He's out of move, I believe, right? Oh no, he has some move
I'm
left.
sorry.
My favorite thing about that attack was not only did Zippy roll a 1 to hit, he rolled a 1 in the fumble table.
Yeah, he fumbled his fumble.
Yeah, it was a
Double
he
nat
fumbled
one.
his fumble.
Yeah, it's pretty.
Well,
That
if
is a
he
lucky
flies,
fumble.
if he flies away, they get an attack of opportunity, right?
They sure do.
Ugh,
So no, he's just gonna.
that's a lot of pounding, though. It might be better to get
I
pounded by
know.
1 flying away than by 5.
Well, 2 are still in that room. I don't know.
Well,
Favia's gonna try.
All right. So Fabia's up. The Blights seem interested.
Oh, I gotta target somebody. Hold on.
Yep. Now you will hit
However-
little Zippy.
Not if I target this one.
Oh, I don't know which one you're aiming for. I thought you were trying to help him out.
What do you guys think about throwing like a lit torch into the doorway to try to crowd control those guys a little bit?
That's a good idea.
I like that.
That's the one I'm trying for, Tom.
Sounds good. All right, so you square up on him. Doo-doo. There you are. I helped you turn.
She
Hey,
rolls better.
shot.
All right, so you do
Okay.
hit. You hit hard, right? You hit by 5+.
Yay.
Oh wow, these things
Wow.
And that was that. Yeah, that was short-lived. All right, so Fabia aims her arrow, hits the blight, and instant death. Just thing explodes into twigs and little leaves, and the other blights, took notice but seem unfazed.
All right, I'm gonna attack this blight here.
You got a lot of stuff right now. You have a lot of stuff targeted, at least on where I'm sitting. So I'm gonna clear your targets. You have 3 things targeted.
Oh really? I thought I had twig blight targeted.
Now I went ahead and retargeted it for you.
Oh okay.
Now, if you do shoot, you will potentially hit. You will hit Fabia.
Oh, all right, so I'll move then.
As I say, you're literally raising your arrow to the back of her head.
Okay, how about this then? I'll target this one.
All right, I
Got
will
it?
let you. Yeah, that. Hold on. Nope. That is. Well, you could. It's barely peeking through. You're hitting the wall there.
Let's see. How about this one?
That one. You have line of sight, but I will tell you if you fumble, then you hit.
Why don't
little
you
Zippy.
just? Oh, good point.
So the only way you'll hit little Zippy is if you fumble.
What are the odds?
So I'm gonna have to ask you to make your move, or I'm gonna move our. And you hit, and you did not fumble.
Yay.
Not good damage.
Wow. That
Okay, now I'm gonna move.
I say that twig blight exploded. Little Zippy gets showered with bits of twigs and leaves, and honestly looks a little relieved. Thought it might be a little tougher run, but it turns out that these things aren't quite as powerful as you'd expected.
Yeah, we're worried. All right, I gotta done my turn. I'll pass it over. No!
It is the nude. That'd be Cyrus running the noodle.
So Noodle's just gonna stay ready and look off to the east just to see if those other blights are on their way, because she's not really in a position to hit anything.
All right. So she's readied, you said, correct?
Yes.
And I'm sorry, what attack will she be doing if she's ready?
Crossbow.
Crossbow? Okay. Just want to make sure we're above
Yes.
board here.
Yep.
All right. Cool. This brings us to a twig blight. This guy's in this room, and again, it's not, it's sort of hearing some action. It's not going to move. It's gonna sort of ready itself in case anything comes into the room, but it's going to sort of hang in its plant form and not do too much right now. Same with its friend. And are you still throwing that torch? Is that the idea?
What should I do? Now that I don't know, I thought they were gonna take a lot more to kill, so I'm not that worried anymore, I guess. Let's see, that one that's left is kind of hard to... I mean, I guess I can run under the tree. Is that a valid move, or am I?
No, that is like onto the wall.
Yeah. Oh, that's a wall. Okay. Oh, I see.
Yeah. So think about it, it's like partially, it's like dilapidated buildings. So just imagine sort of the wall structures are still there.
Yeah.
And it's accurate. You can see where parts of the wall have crumbled down. So you were aware that blight was there, so he does not have opportunity. But you notice that he has a pal behind him.
Oh, hi, buddy.
And there you go.
All right. I got to get down here and shield Zippy. So. All right, so I'm gonna attack this first one. What happened to their names, by the way? They're all just twig blight. There's no weird names.
Yeah, I must have disabled something. So I went through all of our extensions. This should be faster tonight. I had, over the, I guess, year we've been playing, enabled a whole bunch of stuff that we never use. So I systematically went through and started removing things. So I may have checked one too many boxes. Or unchecked one too many boxes. So,
all right.
Apologies for that.
Swinging at generic twig blight here.
Sounds good. Yeah, look, he's a twig. What do you want?
God damn it.
Oh, so yeah, so like you swing across and you see the little twigs in his hair just sort of puff over to the right,
Karen.
and and that's about it.
Well, my first roll is a 2 or 1, and now I rolled a 2, so maybe I'm just gonna continually go up all night.
Awesome, Mr. Bing. You're feeling a little empowered and little jazz handy, like you guys were the underdogs, but suddenly it seems like you're gonna school this football team that everyone hates. It's a real comeback story, and you're muted. All right.
Do we want to take out the other ones, or should we just let them be? What's that?
Let's just finish these guys.
All right. Actually, from here, I have a straight shot to the twig blight, don't I? To this guy?
No. You see it's cutting the corner right there. If you move down another 5 feet, you would. Or, yeah, and then angle. Yeah, there you go. Now you do, yeah.
Okay.
Now, mostly, yeah. I'll give it to you. It's not completely accurate. It's not completely accurate. You'll miss anyway. See?
Thank you, Tom.
Brutal.
So no lorem, no ipsum, and no boom with the arrow. Flies, just past the twig blight, who now suddenly seems, interested. You still have some movement left if you want to move. Otherwise, this brings us to Little Zippy.
Little Zippy! Revenge!
Oh, Karen's there now.
Karen's half the battle. Oh, I'm sorry, that's carrying. I'm sorry.
Are we going after the two twig blights that are still in that room over there? Yes. Right.
I'm gonna pull you into. Yeah, I'm gonna pull you into the doorway though, because you kind of.
Whoa.
There you go. Oh, my bad. Did you want to go over the wall? Was that because Zippy flies?
Is that a window right there? I'm
That's a
assuming
door.
he can go in there. Yeah.
Yeah, he can go through the door, or he can go over the wall too, because he's flying. So I can put him back where you had it, which was right there.
No, that's okay. Because I'll just keep going, but I wanted him more towards one of these, so if he misses again, he's not in between two of them.
Yeah, you could have line of sight just flown right there.
Yeah, okay. But that's where.
All right, let me move him here.
Do I have Karen targeted?
Yeah, for some reason you're trying to shoot Karen through the wall.
Yeah, no.
If you want to shoot Karen, you're gonna have to do that at disadvantage.
Yeah, no. So Zippy's gonna go after that one that I have.
All right. With his stinger, I assume.
Yes.
Or her stinger. Have we established the gender of this thing yet?
I think I want it to be a male, but it says female in there. I just feel like Zippy is a guy.
Do you want it to be? You are Little Zippy. So did you want me to change it to male?
Yes.
Gender alignment.
I mean, yeah, Lil Zippy can be who
he
wants to be.
Yeah.
So as Little Zippy, plunges its stinger into this twig blight, Zippy thinks to himself, "I'm a dude," and he has this existential moment where he's like realized that like all along I've been confused, but in this moment, I have realized who I am. I am Little Zippy, lawful evil, male, 93-year-old, 2 foot tall, 90-pound, yet tiny, Zippy.
Yep, that's him.
Of course, that's to his friends. It's Mr. Zippy to everyone else.
Right.
All right, we've exhausted Zippy humor. All right, Fabia. You gonna move anything? Are you gonna hang where you are? You gonna?
I would have
engage
to
a blight?
move to hit anybody, right? Yes.
Yeah, you would. Now you see, seeing the area where you are, Zippy went in through the door. You see between the tree and that wall, looks like part of the wall's been broken down, so potentially you can go in from the north side of that room. You also have Karen over there with a couple of blights, and
we're not messing with the blights that are over the other way yet, right? We're leaving those guys alone.
So, Fabia, it's your turn. I need you to roll.
No, I'm asking my friends.
Yeah,
Oh,
and I'm stopping you during your turn because it's all happening at the same time. So I need you to roll quickly a perception check to see if any of this noise or this rustling of these blights to the east has stirred our friend.
Uh-oh. That's just... Ooh, nice roll.
All right, so, as all of this is playing out, ahead of you, you see Karen, swinging and missing. You see Zippy, taking out one in this room. You're starting to feel pretty good, and then you have this memory like, oh, holy shit, there's an awful lot of things going on, and I got to keep track of this. And just through all of this destruction of these blights and the exploding sound of twigs, you still hear the heavy breathing of this big thing. But just for a split second, you do feel that maybe it stirred a bit.
Okay.
And now you can take the rest of your turn.
Maybe? I think we should just chill out for a minute. So I'm gonna ready.
All right. What are you going to get ready to do?
There is an arrow in my bow ready to shoot at somebody if I need to.
So is it anything that comes into sight that you don't already see? Or is it something that approaches you? Like, what are the conditions at which you're going to release your arrow?
Have to be just one of those?
Well, I mean, no, it's sort of. I'm trying to understand your scheme. So you're waiting for something to happen, right? And any number of things could come into play.
Well,
but you see,
to focus more on.
Here's what I'm getting
I'm
at.
worried about rustling that thing.
Yeah. So here's what I'm getting at is you see off to the southeast. You see a blight, right? It's coming up that road. You see the one that's already ahead of you. So you already are seeing those. So like you're ready. Is it if they move, or is it if like what kind of change will make you release your arrow?
If those other blights get closer to us, or if where that guy is, I say guy, whatever that thing is wrestling, where he's sleeping, if I notice that moving a whole lot more.
Okay, cool. So that's what I needed to know. All right, so you're readied.
Do I have to do anything? Because I've never actually readied before.
Oh, I mean, on your actions, you can. It's sort of honorary, but you can just click ready.
I just wasn't sure.
Yeah, like there's in your generic actions, there's a thing that says ready.
Oh yeah.
All right, now I'm gonna uncheck one of the twilight brigs you have. So you are right now have Karen targeted. Let me untarget that for you.
I know. I'm trying to target this guy, Twiggy over here.
The one next to him?
No, this one over here.
Oh, I can't see where you're pointing.
I'm like, come on. For whatever reason, my wife's computer doesn't let me select. It's the guy above the dead guy.
Okay, so in the building?
No, not in the building. The one. Yeah, I guess. Oh no, he's inside a building. I didn't see the wall there.
Yeah, there's a wall.
Oh, okay, that's why I can't hit that guy, right?
Yep.
All right, I'm gonna move down then.
Okay. So the wall is broken to the north, like just below that tree. And then there's the doorway that's been broken in where little Zippy entered the fray.
Oh, yeah, I gotta use my own computer now, and this sucks. I can't move. Seriously, Tom, anything I do, it just won't click anything. What's going on here?
Where do you want to move it to?
Just down so I can try to shoot.
You have how far can you move? 30?
No, it's 35, right?
No, it says 30.
Okay, just as far as I can go down 30.
That's right about there.
Okay.
Oops, you got hung up on the wall. Hold on.
Yeah, that's good there.
You're in the doorway. Yeah, so you're in the doorway now.
All right, I'm gonna hit that guy.
And yeah, you were aware of him, so he gets no surprise.
I wouldn't have walked like directly in the door. Can I shoot an arrow through it?
Well, okay, so did you not want to be there? You wanted to be here?
I wanted to be so I could shoot an arrow at the guy.
Yeah, so here you can shoot with you'll have to click half, right? Because he's half covered. If you move, because you had 30 feet, angles are fun, right? So this is 30 feet, and then this is 30 feet. This 30 feet is line of sight. This 30 feet is half cover. Choose your poison. Which of these did you want?
If I go in, does the monster attack me?
No, because he doesn't. You knew he was there, right? So like that.
Oh,
like,
okay.
There's no surprise. Yeah. Now and in either scenario, if you ran away, he would have opportunity, but he'd have to do it with partial cover as well. So you have full. Right now you have full access. You have line of sight.
All right.
So you're gonna like raise the arrow literally right to his head from here. Is what I'm getting.
Can you target him for me?
I can.
Thank
Boom.
you. Sorry about that.
Oh boy. So yeah. So Skylar, like you guys, you see him running towards the door with his arrow, arrow held, and he's gonna like release his thing as soon as he gets in the door, and does so. Unfortunately, he didn't have it cleanly notched, and the arrow just like pitters to the floor. And the blight, who didn't look annoyed before, it suddenly looks a little annoyed. Now, this was not without consequences. This is what's called a misfire. So,
wait. Can I use my luck thing?
You can.
I'm going to use my luck thing. Get out of this crap.
All right. So mark a luck spot. That means that you can re-roll and unfumble.
Sweet. All right. Let me just mark my lucky spot. Which is under actions.
How many lucks do you get a day?
Should get 3. Luck been mapped. All right. Let me try again.
Wow.
Wish me luck, guys.
That is a pretty awesome thing. All right, so roll again. So
Better than a 1.
Time rewinds, and you guys swear for just a split second. You see Skylar sort of blur, and this arrow sort of like come back up, and this time it's notched. But alas, it flies right past the blight. So on the plus side, you didn't conjure 3 undead. And I can't say that I'm not mildly annoyed that you used your lucky point.
But the undead was only if I cast a spell. If it was a weapons attack, you throw your weapon 5 times the distance.
Oh, crap, you're right. That's right, then you'd have to go pick up your weapon. Awesome. All right, so there you go. So Skylar, your turn is done. You have moved your range, and you're good to go. Noodles up.
I think Noodle's just going to stay on the ready. Watching for significant closeness of either the big thing or the other blights.
Awesome. And by ready, she will shoot, I assume.
Yes, but when they're fairly close.
So I finally get to attack something. This is exciting. I appreciate that Skylar moved into range. Thank you.
I'm happy to help.
So he does attack you with his claws. And much like your arrow, you feel like a little tickle, right, as the ends of his little twigs, like, brush upon your cheek. But beyond that, nothing's happened. He's not going to run because he knows there's nowhere to go. Karen.
All right. Gonna try again. Same tree dude. I don't know why it rolled 2.
Yeah, well, you had both targeted somehow. You had the one in the corner targeted too. But it was both a hit, so go ahead and roll damage onto the one. I untargeted it while you were rolling.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, I had noticed that. Something weird with targeting today.
Yeah, something's going on.
Wow. Well, that was it. The twig blight explodes into, a puff of twigs. You swear that you smell a little lavender, right? But beyond that, good to go. You still have your entire move left if you want to move.
No, I'll stay there.
All right. Hanging tight. Next up. Mr. Bing.
I'm staying put and giving a listen to see if I hear anything interesting going on.
All right. Did you want to actively roll that, or did you want to just be readied.
I'll roll it.
All right, give me a perception. Same thing. You hear this, the sounds of the battle around you. You do hear that thing. It still does sound like it's sleeping, but a little more restless than it was before.
Uh-oh.
Perhaps the rustling of the blights to the east are waking it up. Perhaps it hears this explosion of twigs. It clearly isn't too concerned for its well-being because it hasn't come to check anything out, and it's just sort of chilling. But I would say it's sort of lucid dreaming about you guys.
Well, that's
Right,
nice.
So you're readied. This brings us to Little Zippy.
He will go for the other one that's in that room.
Alrighty. Yep. You got him targeted.
Yeah, and I just have to get 2 little.
And that was it. I don't even want to describe what happened again. Twigs, lavender, maybe a little pile of potpourri there on the ground afterwards. Good to go. All right.
Do I hear any more rustling or anything?
Are you asking? Roll a perception check.
Yeah.
And I'm cruising through.
No, I don't hear anything.
Yeah, something really weird's happening here. Hold on one second. He's no longer there. He's dead.
Sorry, I missed it. Did Little Zippy kill that monster?
Did.
Yes.
Nice job, Little Zippy!
Okay, hold on one second. This guy, that guy. Some of the people aren't showing up on the combat tracker. So there should be 3 twig blights left, correct?
I see 3. Yes.
Okay. All right. For some reason, it was skipping the 2 turn on. Like the reason they're still down the road is that it was skipping their turn, and I had forgotten that they were there. So I'm not sure why it was skipping their turn, but damn it. All right. All right, Fabio, you're up. So you know that the one in front of yeah, okay, that's already dead. So there's one left alive in the with Karen. And I defer to you guys on what your next play is. So you're still in combat. There's a couple of baddies down that road and at least 1 twig blight left in that building with Karen.
I think I'm just gonna stay how I am again.
Readied? Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Oh, where's that? Sorry, had to find the combat tracker.
Mr. Skylar.
Hey, Thomas, don't make fun of me. How do you bring the map back?
The map went away?
Yeah.
All right. I brought the map back for you.
It's back. Thank you. All right. Let's see. I'm going to move here.
Okay. So you're moving out of the doorway over to the other edge. You have now line of sight to the other twig blight.
I'm going to, attack Twig Blight. You target?
I will target for you. Hold on, let me untarget, then retarget. All right, you're targeted. Ah, redemption. You do hit this time.
Redemption. Oh, you can die. Sorry, Karen.
I mean, a fairly unsatisfying battle. You guys are just laying waste to these things as if they were made of twigs. You know, as Scarlet, you begin to think like this seems almost too easy, right?
Yeah.
Like, are these here just to distract?
Ooh. Let's go find that big thing.
All right, end your turn unless you want to move some more. I think you have a little bit of move left. You have about 10 more feet if you want to move.
Okay. Just move me 10 feet up.
Up north or up into the room? What do you mean?
Well, yeah, I guess. No, I don't know where you guys want to go. I guess. Are we going into the building? Yeah, just send me into the room. 10 feet into the room. Let's see what's in there.
Yeah, I'm gonna bring you into the room. There you go.
All right.
Yeah, so you see, so as you step into the room, you see a bunch of rubble. The walls are fairly sound on this one. There's a doorway down to the south. There's sort of a broken bit of wall where maybe a window or a door was. You see what used to be some sort of a fireplace or a hearth. But for the most part, it's a fairly solid room. Ah, Twig Blight. Finally. So this Twig Blight is going to move. Why can't I make the thing go? Okay, so he can move only 20 feet. So moves 20 feet to here. If you were readied, you now have a Twig Blight that has moved forward towards you. And I believe, was Noodle readied? Cyrus, you don't have line of sight. Favia and Noodle were readied. Decide if you want to do anything or hang tight.
Noodle looks over to Favia and goes,
It goes, what? I didn't see you.
He's like, I don't know.
should we shoot?
I mean, I can. We can.
You got about 3 seconds to decide, and then the blight.
All right, let's do it. Okay, she shoots.
Okay.
So this
I'm
blight,
shooting or Noodle Okay.
Noodle shoots.
yeah.
And
So
misses.
this blight stops in its tracks and all but disappears. If you didn't know it was there, it seems like just some shrub on the road. And that
It
ends
just
its turn.
stops, huh?
Just stopped. And it's Noodle's turn.
Noodle fired.
Yeah, but that was her readiness from the last turn.
Oh, okay.
So sadly, she gets another attack on
All right. Does she
Shrubby
get to-
McShrub.
What do you think, guys? Yay or nay?
It just seems weird. All of
Yeah, I
this
don't know
just
what-
seems weird.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on.
Do we just wait?
Yeah.
I mean, we want to
I
go
think we should
east,
just-
though. And okay,
Yeah.
we'll wait. We'll
I don't
wait.
see how we don't clear them out, but
Yeah. Let's just clear them out.
I feel like we're...
Okay.
With a miss.
Well, you didn't
Okay.
target anything.
Oh, well. It's a miss anyway.
Yeah, it was a miss. You needed a 13.
Yeah.
All right, that ends that. So
Why?
so this other blight.
Oh, yeah.
um,
Does
Oh yeah, Favia gets her
does
turn too.
Favia get her ready? Yeah.
Yeah, you both. Actually, she should have had her ready before Noodle had her ready. But go ahead and take your ready.
How could?
Take your ready as if you're Helen. There's a reference that no one should get. Helen ready.
Ellen
Never.
ready? Oh, yeah.
That's a
Why
I am
can I not
woman,
target-
hear me roar. Numbers too long to
There we go.
ignore.
No, yeah, you're just gonna have to drag onto it because it's not your turn, so targeting isn't gonna really work. So just
Okay.
drag the attack onto the blight.
On top of it.
I wish these had names because I would have wanted it to be Blight Lively.
Eh,
And it was a miss.
Lively. I didn't. Yes. I
All right.
saw.
So this other blight, sort of goes into survival mode, and you see it's so Noodle sort of sees it peeking around. It's gonna start to head into the bushes here. So right about there, it's gonna try to disappear into the shrubbery. And that's the end of that turn. So it may trouble you to realize that it's heading sort of towards the big beastie thing.
Oh no! Shoot it! Kill it!
Karen's turn.
Yeah, I guess I'm gonna come back out with everybody else.
Yeah, and you can
Actually-
fit. I'm gonna open up. I'm gonna open this up. So 25. Just so you know, you can go under trees. You just can't go through the middle of the tree. Just so you guys know.
Okay. Let's see. Oh, I can throw an axe at this dude. Let me try that.
Are you targeting the one right by you, or are you targeting the one that ran into the woods?
I just targeted
Okay.
the one right by me. Yeah. Okay. Let's see. Hand axe. Throwing. Okay. Here we go. Nope.
So, as Karen tosses this axe, you guys see it sail past the blight, and then hits the stone path, and you guys hear clink, 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 clink. And it doesn't take a perception check to hear that something big is just sort of like for realsy stirred for the first time. Like you may have caught its attention.
Whoops.
Hey, at least it wasn't. It would have been way worse if it was a fumble. All right, Karen,
True.
are you moving any more of your turn, or are you good to go?
No, I think I'm good here.
All right. Mr. Bing. You're muted.
I'm going to prepare for the arrival of the large beast, so I'm basically gonna take position at this corner of this building here and be on the ready if anything large and scary appears
All right.
with a spell.
All right. Readied with a spell. Got it. Zippy, who's hanging out in the in what looks like it was a cute little cabin at one point with a little bed and some carpeting and a couple of dead twigs. Zippy can fly, don't forget.
Yes, I know. Can I make him invisible, and can he try to perceive what's down over there and if they've really gotten up?
He's gonna have to get a little closer. Okay, so you read my mind. Wait, where'd he go?
No.
Does anyone else see that little Zippy's gone?
I see it.
I see
still
him, but-
see him.
He's top left there.
I see him, but where I moved him disappeared.
Is that better?
Yeah.
Is that where you moved him to?
That-ish, yeah.
All right, so he's up upon this twig blight, and you wanted to roll a perception check for little Zippy.
Yeah, to see.
Or do you want? Are you trying to know?
things
Are you
are-
trying to know if it's stirring, or are you trying to know what it is?
Yes. Both.
Yeah. Well, you choose one.
Why do I have to choose only one?
Well. So if you want to know what it is, roll a nature. If you want to know if it's stirring, roll a perception.
I'll find out if it's stirring first, because he has better perception than nature.
Right.
And just in the chat window, right?
Yep. All right, so you got a 17. So yeah, so it's definitely big and breathy and rumbly. It sounds like some annoying, frat boy who lives a couple of floors above you and is rocking his trance music from the 80s, and you can hear the bass sort of vibrating as it breathes in and out. It still sounds asleep ish. It's definitely not in a deep sleep, so possibly on the verge of waking up. Little Zippy thinks, based on that perception, it's pretty decent. Little worried about that other blight down, heading into the woods, sort of in that direction. Even if just to hide, afraid of the noise it'll make, may wake up something big. Fully.
I mean, how far in would it have to go to suddenly just be invisible, though?
Well, as you rolled earlier, you guys, not very far.
Yeah.
But it's going to go far enough to, it's in survival mode at this point. Right, you guys have been one hit killing all of its posse.
So, based on the... Huh?
Well, just so you know, like, this will probably be the last round that you will see it. Unless, you'll lose sight. Like, I'm giving you the rest of this round because things happen real time. And as soon as it has a chance to move, it will go into twig blight mode and blend. Question is, will it do that before or after it wakes that thing up?
Right. Can Favia have a better idea of what is sleeping based on what Little Zippy told her?
Fabio would still have to roll a nature check.
Okay. She has a decent nature. Not that good though. If I roll
So
better.
it's good enough to know that it may. Trying to figure out what I can give you because I don't want to give it away too much. So between Fabia and the perception of Little Zippy, hearing the breathing and sort of the rhythm and the bassiness, and Fabia's sort of knowledge of nature and all creatures great and small, it leads Fabia to believe that this may be something draconic of nature.
This could be the person we're looking for.
No, not druidic. Draconic, as in, yeah.
A dragon?
Well, I mean, dragon, whirling,
Like?
dragonborn, something. But it's big. It's big enough, whatever it is. Right.
Ooh.
Could be Godzilla. Right.
My son is a dragonborn.
And like, it has not been, like, I will neither confirm nor or deny that it's a dragon.
Right.
But if you look at your levels and your party, may not be the right time in your lives to take on a dragon if it is a dragon. Or it may be, it may be big sounding, but just a little punk, right? Hell, it may not even be a dragon. Could just be some sort of, recording of a dragon next to like a lizard. Right? Who can say? Could be some dark magics, but that's all I can give you on a 10. Now I must ask you to take your turn, make your moves, and take your action.
Okay.
Did you do that out loud? Is that a thing that's in game? Because that might wake up whatever that thing is.
No. I don't have a clear shot to anything right now,
Not without moving.
right?
Yeah, you'd have to move. Between Karen and Noodle, you can
You're right.
move.
No.
You
I'd
can
have
move
to be
35, so
there-ish.
you can move quite a ways. So like you can move. Oops, I did not mean to move you.
Whoa.
I say you can move all the way to there.
I could be like there.
You can move there too. Yep. Now you have line of sight. This is the last round. You'll have line of sight to that twig blight on the edge of the forest, and
will-
there's one right in front of Zippy.
So I will go for the twig blight heading towards the forest.
All right. With your bow, I assume.
Yes. It's always my bow.
Dang. I'm mildly disappointed, but your bow is true. And it does connect. And it...
Makes up for it.
I think that's a good death sound. So
It
the
is.
the twig blight, explodes into, a little burst of twigs, and you just almost silently drifts to the ground.
Whoa.
Doesn't sound like it was major enough to wake anything big up, or do any sort of auditory damage. Your little ears, listen and hear no change in the situation. Alas, Skylar, you're in the room.
I just want to do a perception check in the room.
Why don't you
Since
just
I'm
do it? So you can do a perception check. So you can either investigate the room and look for stuff, or a perception check to sort of hear things around you.
here. Check first, and then I'll investigate. I can do that, right?
Nope. You can choose one.
All right, I'll do an investigation then.
All right.
That's good.
All right. So, other than sort of the loot that's been dropped by the twigs, this is a sort of an uninteresting. This is an uninteresting room. Beyond something interesting, you've noticed in the dust footprints, sort of using the building as cover. It seems as if someone could take the normal paths, but instead choose to sort of sneak through buildings and be protected, right? As if they're trying to avoid the gaze of maybe something big. And you do see some footprints that sort of come in the door that you were in and sort of head out through the broken window to the south.
Ooh. Okay. So
And you have all your movement left.
That's it. I'm done.
No, you have all of your movement left.
Okay, I'm gonna step out and just.
I'm sorry, I forgot one other thing. So when I said it was uneventful, you do find some remnants of whoever lived there, some of their treasure. You find 90 gold, 160 silver pieces, and 700 copper pieces, sort of like buried in that chimney. So I will add that.
Nice.
I will add that to your party inventory.
All right. Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna step out just so I can whisper to those guys to kill that thing and then come and meet me in here.
All right. So give me one second. I got to add this stuff to your. So 90 and 2, 60, and 700. Bloop.
Can you
Okay.
just move me out of the room, Thomas, so I can whisper to those guys?
So you're moving out to the north or to the south?
No, I gotta have them come with me. So I want them to. I just want to
Alright.
whisper to.
So
I can't yell. I don't want to yell because it'll wake up the dude.
You want to use your full movement? 10,
As long as I'm in whispering range.
10.
Maybe a little.
How far can you move? Hold on, I gotta look. 10. You can move 30
30.
feet. So you have 20 more feet. So right about there. Then they could hear you sort of under your breath.
Okay. Hey guys, I think I found a way around this bad demon guy. I found tracks that go through the building. So kill that tree guy and then let's go through the building together. Be quiet. Shh. That's it. Uh-oh.
All right. So this blight ain't no fool. It's gonna jet. And it can only go 20 feet. So as it goes, Zippy gets an attack of opportunity.
And Zippy's gonna try to attack him. So do I have to follow him?
No, you get melee. So as it sort of became its unshrub like, right? I'm gonna close it. You don't need to. You just roll an attack on top of the twig blight if you want to do it. It would have to be with its melee weapon, which I believe is its tail.
Yeah. That's pretty much what he has.
Dang it. I wanted them to wrestle something big up, but there's no wrestling to be had. So, as this shrub sort of skitters slowly, like it only can move 20 feet, you guys. So, like, you see its little root feet sort of shuffling, a little bit like Cindy Lou Who was no more than 2 in The Grinch, right? Just sort of along the path. And Zip, like, you see its tail go whoochuk and just explode this twig into nothingness. And alas, you guys, you are out of combat. So, with that, give me award your XP, and then we will clean up the guts, and we'll loot the things, and we'll move on with some of Skylar's news.
Oh, and I want to collect arrows too.
Yeah, I'll give you guys a chance to do that in just a second. Okay, so there's that, and then there was Westernmost Cottage. Was this one? Oops. Party. And pull that up. And you aren't going to get a ton of experience for these guys because, let's be frank, you guys, they were not tough.
They were easy.
So I'm going to award it to you guys. Hooray! You each got 33 experience points. It ain't nothing. All right, and I'm going to clear the... so we got to loot. And I will tell you, it's faster if I just loot. So there is nothing in any of these but claws. So I will just send them to the party inventory.
Nah.
Yes.
Just 2 shakes of a lamb's tail here. I am an efficient looter. I mean, I guess I could just let you guys loot them yourself. Anyone who wants to double-click a bag, go ahead and double-click a bag. Unless I can double-click it first. And then you click the little double chevron to move it to your stuffs. All right, you've all been looted.
How do I pick up my ranged weapons again?
All right, so let me clear the dead real quick. Hold on. Delete from tracker. Only foes. And you now have a clean combat tracker. Okay, so to do that, you go into actions.
Yeah.
And this is pretty new. And there's it says 2-step process. Number 1, you hit the replenishable weapon. You hit the magnifying glass off to the right.
Okay.
Right. So right after the damage, and then you will see ammunition, and you hit that plus to the right of it.
Oh, I see.
Right. And then when that's done, you close that window, and then you hit the reload button. So basically, it says, I want to find as much as I can find, and then whatever I don't find, pull from my inventory.
Gotcha. Thank you.
That's a very useful extension, you guys. So
Yes.
I have had my other party did run out of arrows at one point, which was hilarious. So good call on looting. Yeah, so you're out of combat. Let's see if this party roll works. I'm gonna have you guys all roll perception. So give me 1 second. I'm gonna give it. We're gonna try the old-fashioned way. So perception. And where's the request rolls? Did anyone get a request?
No.
No. Hey Tom, I originally hit my reload button, and then I just went back and clicked them to oh, it's manual dice entry. And then so did I? If I hit reload first, then I manually took. Did it actually take them out of my inventory for that screw up?
So if you hit reload, yeah, it took them out of your inventory.
All right. Well, so I made them all black, and then I did it the right way. So I guess I lost 6 of my inventory. It's
Yep.
fine.
Yeah, that's one of those, oopsies.
Okay.
It's just arrows. All right, so I got an 18 from Noodle. I got a 10 from Bing. I'm still missing a roll for Skylar, Zippy,
Oh,
Karen, and Fabia.
you just saw the thing pop up.
Yeah, I thought I'd try it. I'm always afraid to use it because it locked up my Fantasy Grounds once. But it was updated, so hopefully. All right, so good enough. Yeah, so what you guys, ear to the ground, drop on the sand and smelling the air and listening intently. It sounds like that large thing has settled into a little deeper slumber. You guys were stealthy enough to not wake it up. You do smell. It smells a bit like someone's, has maybe fireplace going or is cooking some food. And there's some smoke rising up from the south. Roughly where those footprints that Skylar identified, sort of aiming in that same general direction. And you are out of combat.
Hey, remember do you guys want to go walk through the buildings and follow that path?
Sure, let's do it.
All right, let's do it.
Sure.
Follow me. Oh man.
All right, so we're still going to be in our normal move. I'll approve your moves.
Follow me. Follow me.
Did you want me to?
Yes.
Okay. What's that?
No, we'll follow Skylar.
All right. So would it be faster for me just to move the group of you to in that building? Is that what the idea?
Sure.
Yeah,
Thank
go
you.
for it.
All right. Let me approve the existing moves because things are stacking weird. Okay, let me move Karen in first, and then I will approve the other move. It's becoming laggy. I can't seem to move anybody. All right, let me try again. Hold on. I love it when things don't run well.
Ooh.
I can't move anybody. I also noticed that not all of you have the map.
You can. We're kind of moving in now, so no big deal. It is laggy though.
Yeah, it's super laggy, right? I'm gonna unlock the tokens. Just trust fall. Move into the empty room. And I'll try to move little Zippy around to it.
It's almost like we can't go down anymore. Wait, how'd you do that?
I don't know. Somehow you guys are stacked.
I can go up, down. I just can't get. Oh,
there's
there we go. There we go.
There's a trick here.
Oh, we're in there.
So who's under little Zippy? Is that Fabia under little Zippy?
I think that's me. There you go.
Yeah.
All right, so you're in the room. So as Skylar was right. Like you see, just to the south of Karen, just on that wall, you see some footprints sort of heading sort of sneakily out that little space and between some trees. So let me open them up, as you can now see. You should be able to see.
Yeah.
Yeah, you see that there's a little like one of the buildings is actually in pretty good shape, and you see some light coming from it.
How do you go down?
Who's the stealthiest of us all?
Little Zippy.
Do you want me to send him ahead?
Yeah, do it.
I would.
I'm locking
He's
tokens.
invisible.
All right, move him where he wants to move. He can do line of sight. So move him where he wants, and I'll approve it. Now, of course, this building
So
does
is
have a
it
roof on
down
it.
this?
Yeah, I can move him into the roughly to the right area if you want.
Yes. Will you move him just to the right
Yeah,
area?
hold on, let me open some stuff up real quick. Open. There we go. Now I should be able to drag him across. Ah, let go. Yeah, it's as if I can't move. Oh my gosh! Can you guys hold on 1 second? I think I know what's going on. I think somehow my walls shifted. Nope, that's not it. All right, let's see here. Okay, let's try this again. So let me, little Zippy. We can get you out of here, man. I swear we can. Let's go the long way. Oh my god. This is driving me bonkers. Okay. Sometimes you just gotta go into here and say, give me this thing, give me the walls, and move some walls out of the way. And some trees out of the way. Delete. Delete tree. Delete tree. Delete tree. Move this over here. That's not my name. Alright, here we go. Now let's see if I can move him. No. This is broken. Okay, new plan. Little
Well,
Zippy. I can do this. Here we
So
go.
on my map, like everything is black. Yeah. You couldn't move him past what I saw was black on my map.
Yeah, there's some weird artificial wall that's not there anywhere in the map. I don't know why. And you can see it now because you can see how it's like he's lit up and all of that. Like, see that line that goes across all of
Yeah.
that? So I'm going to drag you
Yeah.
all on the other side of that wall just to save some time. Is it safe to assume that you guys will be moving on the other side of that wall?
Yes. I think so.
All right. I will not surprise attack you with anything. This is software bug. And Mr. Bing is, oops, coming up the rear. Who am I missing? Who's that? That's Karen. Karen right here. Okay. Everybody there? Everybody see their characters sort of in the trees to the south of that building?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So little Zippy's made his way, to there. What do you want to do with that? Stop moving around, Skylar. It's not. No one move.
Sorry.
So
Well-
little Zippy's. I'm gonna let you move him now to wherever you want him to be. I just got you into the safe space or into the space where it's functional again. So Fabi, it's on you.
So
You
are
see-
like, are there like windows and stuff that he can look into?
Yep. There are.
So he'll be invisible and kind of go up to the windows and check it out.
All right.
But
So
can't
he
really
sees.
see anything from here.
So we'll open up the window. He gets a little closer, and he's going to go to this window, correct? And what he sees through the window is what looks like a bed. It's a well-made bed. It's a clean room. A couple of candles sort of burning on the nightstands to the left and to the right. And then opposite, on that same wall, off to the west, he sees a door. It's closed. Looking at the path, it's not the main door, but it is a door.
Could
Right.
this be where our druid friend might be?
Mm-hmm.
Are you asking that out loud? Are you
Yes.
asking? Are you trying to discover that? Well, it definitely
Yes, all
there
of
is no.
that.
So the footprints, the secret footprints, sort of lead into that doorway, right? Like I said, on that wall. Don't know if it's locked. Just from visually looking at it. Can't tell if it's a druid or what. It does, like, the footprints seem human size. So from this window, Zippy can't see anybody.
So
Do you want to move him to a different window?
Sure.
All right.
I can't see on the map where anything is
Are you highlighting Zippy?
when I click on. I am, and I still can't really see anything.
Okay. Did you want to go to
So-
the front, like to the east, or to the west part of the building?
So, what side of the building am I in now? I know that's a lame question.
North side.
So, east.
Yeah, let me turn on player view so I can see what you're seeing, because I'm confused at what you can't see. Oh, I see. So
Yeah, I can't see anything.
it's because you can. It's just dark vision, right? So if you zoom in and hold it, you'll see the outlines of the wall. It's dark vision, right? He doesn't see
Well,
perfectly at night. That's why it's all grayscale, right?
yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So, would druids create blights to, like, protect them and draw people away from where they're at?
Could. You'd have to roll a nature check to know.
Okay. Let me roll that. She didn't roll well.
No, she did not. I mean, you know that druids love nature. Nature's a druid thing. Maybe.
Yeah. Maybe.
Yeah, and by the way, there does seem to be some weird wall stuff going on, because I see the reason you can't see is because it's on another artificial wall. So I don't know what's going on. Let me drag little Zippy on the other side of this new artificial wall. I'm really unhappy with whatever's going on with the map. Now you should be able to see something different, right? With little
I
Zippy.
see less than I did before. I see less than I did before.
All right.
Okay,
so
now I see more.
Yeah, so little Zippy moves around to the west side, and sees, more deeply into this room. There seems to be no one in this area. It seems to be sort of like a bedroom, maybe workroom combo, right? But he sees another window. Open. Sees another window sort of a little bit farther south on that west wall, and he just sort of spies some carrots on a table.
Carrots.
Did you want to move a little farther south?
Sure.
All right, so Zippy pops over and is in the window, and is still invisible, correct?
Yes. Always invisible when doing stuff like this.
All right, always, never, not visible. Got it. Give me 1 second. Bloop, bloop. And add to the combat tracker. And whenever I say that, it's not always bad. And add to the map. Hold on. Remove from the combat tracker. My bad, wrong thing. There we go. Yeah, the combat tracker. There we go. All right, so what little Zippy sees through the window appears to be some sort of a druid. So I will share what little Zippy sees with you now. So kind of like a hippie Santa.
It's still a black picture.
You guys can't see this?
It's
Did anyone-
black for me.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, mine's black too.
Let me reshare it.
I got some
Weird.
weird code.
Hold on, let me see what's going on here. Is it still black?
Yeah.
How about now?
Mm-hmm.
How about I share the record again? I'm going to unshare it. I'm going to share it again. Maybe it just hasn't downloaded. Like it's literally just an image. It's what you call a payoff image.
Black.
And no one can see this at all.
No. No.
Mark, Cyrus, you can't either? No one?
The what exactly?
I'm sharing an image with you.
Nope.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I can't see it either.
Okay, let me see what's going on here. This is always fun.
Did my video freeze for you guys?
I don't know.
Yes.
Say something. Yeah, you're just you look very
Yeah,
still.
you're incredibly still.
Weird.
Impressive.
Yes.
Yeah. So
I mean,
I'm
hang on.
seeing.
Okay.
All right. Well, by the time he gets back, maybe we'll have solved this problem. Let me try this. I'm gonna unshare. I'm gonna go into something else. Hold on 1 second. And oh, for God's sakes, image. This guy. It still says it's being shared with you. Unshare this image. And that image went away, right?
Yes.
All right. And it says, now I'm going to share this image. Share it. Now is it working?
No.
For the love of Pete. All right. I'm just going to, hold on. All right, and okay. Create image record. Share. How about this one?
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why this one shared and the other one didn't share. I couldn't tell you. Anyway, you see this old coot, through the window, right? Now he doesn't see you, but he definitely looks like he's a little on guard. He may have heard some blight action, or something going on. He doesn't seem overly alarmed, as if this is not an uncommon thing for the blights to sort of be active from time to time.
We just kind of tap at his door. Like we don't expect him to be hostile to us, do we?
Are you asking me?
I'm not asking. Well, you shouldn't tell us.
No, I'm not going to. I'm like that's not a thing I'm going to share with you. Actually,
Yeah. I'm asking my compatriots here.
I'm sure we could screw it up so that he would become hostile, but I'm guessing we'll at least get a chance
agree
to
with that.
talk to him first.
Yeah, should we just knock on the door and hey, we're human.
Some elves.
Yeah, just not me. Yeah.
You're in the back. But Cyrus is always up front for talking.
Okay. I only speak common, but all right. Do you want me to give a little rap on the door?
So, are you guys going to stack? Are you guys going to go to the front door, or are you going to keep peeking in his windows?
Front door.
All right. So why don't I'm gonna drag you guys around because it's just easier.
Is that the front door that I just pulled myself to? No, it's a window.
That's a window, and there's a weird fake wall. So let me just drag you guys over.
I think knocking on a window is definitely gonna make him shoot at
Yeah,
us.
that might spook him. So I'm gonna stack you guys up. So there's that. There's hold a little zippy around. I'm just gonna pull you guys all into the playing field. Little Favia, little Skylar, the Nude, Karen, and that's all of y'all. Right?
Yes.
right.
Does anybody speak his language?
What's his language?
Well, it doesn't?
Let's-
Don't
let's-
the druids have their own language too?
Let's just try common.
Assume common.
Yeah. I'm an American. Everyone speaks English.
Somebody's being racist, but I can't tell who.
All right, so is Cyrus gonna knock on the door?
Yes.
All right, so you knock on
And
it.
basically, and saying sort of not super loud, but like also not, just trying to like speak quietly. Like, we're looking for Reidoth. Is
Awesome.
that you?
All right, and I can no longer, for some reason, control anything here. So I'm just gonna delete the door and move you back into place. Man, this whole map is jacked. All right, so you should see him now, right? I hope.
Yeah.
All right.
Yes.
So, as you guys walk up to the front, you see this small house appears to be in sort of better condition than the ruined and dilapidated structures nearby. So the doors are reinforced with heavy iron bands, and sort of thick shutters protect the windows, right? Which is why, Zippy couldn't get a great view, but saw what he needed to see to pull you guys over. The figure inside is a gaunt, sort of white-bearded human. You get the feeling that this is the kind of person who's not going to use two words when one word will do. He also probably doesn't get a lot of visitors, right? But honestly, he seems visibly hospitable enough. He opened the door, and he was there. And he says, "Hey, I'm Reidoth."
Harp Alderleaf sent us to find you.
Why?
Yeah, that's a good question.
It's a great question.
We
Yeah.
well, actually, we seek some knowledge about about Cragmaw Castle and Wave Echo Cave.
Yeah. Grandmagon Castle. I'm familiar. I'm familiar with the castle and the goings on. It's not a place I'd want to spend time right now. There seems to be things seem to be afoot. Wave Echo Cave. That's that's a little tougher, right? I could probably get there, but I don't know. That's a pretty tall order.
What might you be interested in?
Well, I mean,
in order to
you strangers come upon my door. Said Adderleaf sent you. I'm still not clear as to So you just come seeking information about Cragmaw Castle.
yes, as well as I'd be very interested to know what the large sleeping being is around here.
Ah, yes, he's a recent member of this small town. It's a green dragon, goes by the name Venom Fang. From my understanding, and he's laid waste to the giant spiders that used to live sort of kept to themselves and in that tower. But you'll find their recent deceased carcasses sort of littering the front of that tower and that home. I would love to see that dragon gone.
How old would you say that dragon is?
Ooh, let me think. Hold on. because I got to think too.
'Cause the older they are, the tougher they are.
Yeah. So yeah, this Venom Fang, he's a young dragon, and I get the feeling, there's no real water in this area, and as you know, dragons tend to live near water and have treasure. There's a stream, off, in the woods, off to the east, but nothing that would really sustain a dragon. They breathe water and air, so it's uncommon to see a dragon sort of take residency in an area such as this. I was surprised to see him come in. He's done a fairly decent job of ridding the area of many of the ash, the ash zombies, but also has really wreaked some havoc on my blights. They're fairly harmless, right, unless provoked. And
About that.
so is that a real about that, or
No.
are you gonna
Sorry, that was a joke.
are you gonna let him find your refuse pile later?
Someone else can tell him about that.
So so you get the feeling, this is, he's a fairly up and up guy, right? He can tell you all about this area. You get a feeling that he's not going to hold the directions to Cragmacaw Castle hostage to you, right? But you can see desperation in his eyes, around Venom Fang, and sort of, Cyrus, you think to yourself, like, he didn't say kill the dragon, right? He said, can you rid the area of the dragon? And he was a little cagey on Wave Echo Cave. Perhaps perhaps if you chased off the dragon, that might persuade him. But if you came here seeking directions to Cragmacaw Castle, you're fairly convinced that he would tell you. So as you guys are sort of mulling this over, he's like, hey, would you like some stew? Are you hungry? Are you hurt? Your friend there, the little dragon, seems bleeding a bit. Anything I can do to help?
I think we should.
Yeah, go
Little
ahead.
Zippy goes in and says hi.
Yeah, so he invites you in, and we'll theater of the mind this. We don't need to drag you guys all into the house.
Yeah.
Can you guys all see the house? I mean, did you want to see the house? If you can't see the house, it's a lovely.
I saw it.
house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go. Some one of each character that's being controlled can go in. There we go. Except for Karen, she just gets stuck in the door, can't get her shoulders through. So it's a lovely little place. You smelled him cooking. Lots of vegetables and some sort of like a stew. You see some mushrooms. He's a druid, right? Like doing a druid thing. Looks like he spends a lot of his time sort of thinking in front of his fire, right? Super nice guy. Offers to heal up your little Zippy if that'll do you.
Yep.
And with that, little Zippy is all healed. I think you are all at full health,
Yay.
correct?
I
There you
think
go.
so.
I think
Yeah.
so, yeah.
So he said, tell me of your adventures. How did you find yourself in Thunder Tree?
Did somebody else feel chatty? Because
Clearly, look,
Okay.
you guys get the feeling that
Fine.
this guy is always by himself,
right,
right?
okay.
And he's solo, but maybe not, not like the creepy loner dude who lives out in the woods, right? So he's hospitable.
So we
and doesn't
we were-
you can tell he doesn't have to have small talk, you guys. Like you
Yeah.
can cut to the chase.
We were requested to come by the Harpers.
Ah, the Harpers. Alas, yes. The any Harper in particular?
Well, there was Rockseeker. Do you know him?
Yeah, he's
Of
part of
him?
the Alliance. Yeah, he's not. I don't believe
Yeah.
he's a Harper, but he's good people. He's
Yeah,
good people.
he's-
Did he warn
he's
you
also-
of? Did he warn you of the cultists that have sort of taken up residency in the eastern part of this of this area?
I don't believe he did.
Not the
Interesting.
red brands.
No, red brands. those guys are for hired knuckleheads. Quite honestly,
We took care of them.
yeah. Look, the bottom line is there's a dragon. There's some cultists that have taken it upon themselves to sort of try to befriend the dragon with, we'll just say, mixed success. I would love to see Thunder Tree restored to its natural order, right? Since the volcano, this was erupted and brought the ash zombies. This has not been a great place to spend time. It works for me. I'm a solitary man, but I'm here to sort of keep things in check. It's hard to do with the cultists and the dragon, but if I were you, if I was and I had my whole life ahead of me, I'd think twice before venturing too deeply into Thunder Tree.
All right. Well, thanks, buddy.
Hey, Thomas, can you share the map with me?
Oh, sorry, my bad.
Sorry, I had to restart the system.
No worries. So he's in on one side saying, "Hey, get out of here," right? This is unsafe, and the other side saying, "Man, I would really love if you could sort of help me chase this damn venom fang out, or maybe at least do something about the cultists, because that combo is pretty bad."
Do you think that we could convince the dragon to leave, or is this going to be like have to be some sort of threat?
That's interesting. This is a young dragon, and the young dragons are cocky, and while they're strong, they aren't always brave. From what I've pieced together, this dragon had his ass handed to him, and that's how he found himself here, right? He's sort of run away from something, and he's not been here too long. He brought no treasure of his own. He sort of scraped together whatever was in the tower. So there's not a ton of wealth. I don't think durably he wants to be here. But he's not. I don't want to imply that he's safe. Right? So,
Right. Yeah.
he's a young punk dragon, right?
Mhm.
But I imagine, either through words or weapons, he wouldn't last long. He wouldn't last long before he took off in fear, right? So I think he's a lot of puffing of chest and breathing of poison.
Any tips if we have to fight him?
A venom hang? Well, look, I think here's the key. He's a dragon, right? He can breathe air and water, as you know. There's no water here, so he's sort of stuck, right? Dragons are big and powerful and kind of hard to kill. Largely because for every one attack you get against it, it gets to make 3 attacks on you, right? So, it gets to bite, and it gets to attack you with each of its claws, right? And they can do some pretty serious damage if you don't have decent AC. That said, the real problem with the dragon is it exhales a poisonous gas, right? So he's gonna potentially breathe out a 30-foot cone, right? And that's where you're gonna take get some serious hurt on.
He would kill all of us.
Now the plus side though is once he does this, he has to recharge, and so as you guys, out in GM mode, that means it rolls a d6 and needs to get a 5 or a 6 to get back the poison. So can't use poison again until at the beginning of his turn rolls a 5 or a 6. Right? So not amazing at melee and definitely vulnerable. But it's the poison that you got to watch out for.
So who was it who kicked his ass?
That I don't know. From what I can tell, it was probably some larger dragon, right? Maybe some territory. Like I am unsure. He just showed up here one day, tore the roof off the tower, and sort of made himself at home. Spends most of the time sleeping, pretty unconcerned with what's happening around. Although every once in a while you'll see him pop up into the tower and on his perch and sort of survey the area. Now, my house is somewhat protected. He's left me alone. The trees provide good cover, but I sneak from building to building. I don't try to make a big fuss of it. And again, like I was set up here long before the dragon. And I'm not super thrilled that I may, if we don't do something about him, I may have to leave. So you guys are at this point where you have an interesting problem, right?
This was going to require some talking.
Yeah, he'll potentially give you, he'll give you directions to Cragmacaw Castle. You're convinced of that, right? You don't even have to persuade him. Right, like he's not here to hold information. But do you want to leave him? Do you want to help him? What's your plan?
Do we want to work on his dragon situation?
Yeah, if we can figure out a way, we'll definitely help you. This is going to have to take a little bit of scheming, I think.
Indeed. This, he sort of looks at the lot of you, right? And he sees that you guys are pretty tough, right? I mean, none of you are below, a 27. You're sort of the weakest, Cyrus, right? And he can tell you that a dragon's tough, but not impossible, right? Probably 100 to 125 hit points in big beastie stuffs, right? So a bit of a grind, right? So the druid sort of says, from a strategy perspective, I would expect this dragon, to sort of attack and then run like a coward, right? Attack and come and run like a coward. Dragons can fly quite a ways, right? They can fly roughly 80 feet, right? Well out of range of a lot of melee or a lot of ranged weapons, right? And so I would expect that this dragon probably is not going to go hand to hand if it comes to combat, and will likely rely on flying in, attacking, and then escaping until it can get its poison back. So it's gonna wanna take the battle from the sky.
All right, that's very handy.
Mm-hmm.
And you guys, it's up in a tower, so like he's starting off, up high.
Oh, he's okay. He starts off. Excuse me. He lives up high.
Yeah. So he's up.
Okay.
He's up in that tower. He's torn the roof off, right? So he has easy access in and out, right?
Can he give us?
go ahead and say, do you have any questions about like the terrain, the environment, or anything? Like he's from this area.
Well, is there any way that we would have, a shot at him from a little bit of a distance?
Well, you'd have to have a line of sight, right? And in the tower, unless you you'd have to be incredibly stealthy, right? So he's always ready, right? So I don't think you'll be sneaking up on him. I think your best bet would be maybe to call him out, right? Now I would tell you, if things don't look like they're going to go your way, you should run like hell. I'm not convinced. I'm not convinced he'd follow. Right? I mean, he's laid waste to things in the immediate area, but I live, the cultists live, many of my blights live. And he says that last bit, and you guys sort of like all get silent.
Well, we can talk about that later. I don't know. What do you guys think? Do we want to? I'm trying to think if there's some way that we could like
poke the bear.
Yeah, that's exactly. Like, do we want to could we think of some way of like just really like scaring him off, or like kind of goading him into attacking somebody else, or I don't know.
So Reidoth, he sort of, his eyes sort of widen, and he thinks, he's like, I hadn't thought of that. If there's some way, if there was some way to engage the cultists, perhaps we'd have the distraction we need. I mean, look. Bottom line is, dragons bad enough, but the cultists, like something's got to give. One group's got to go. I'm not actually convinced who I'd rather have around. These ass hats or a dragon that they think they're going to befriend.
I was just thinking, couldn't we go after the cultists? Get rid of the ass hats.
Could we get the dragon to go after the cultists?
That's kind of what I was thinking. That might be interesting.
That would be fantastic.
Like pretend to be a cultist, really like annoy the dragon.
Yeah, so what do we know about the cultist situation?
So hold on. I got to zoom out my notes. There we go. Yeah, so you're asking about the cultists?
Yes.
Right. Yeah. So he's like, he hands you guys all some stew, and some ale, some of the best ale you've had. It tastes of root and herbs and things that you've not had before. So you sit in for this tale. It tells you a little bit of this cult of dragon, right? They're seeking to forge this alliance with the powerful dragons of the Sword Coast. So this is just one of many dragons, right? And the idea of this cult is that they're going to, buddy up with a whole bunch of dragons and sort of waylaced. So to that end, there's at least 4 cultists that sort of tracked this green dragon here, Venom Fang, to Thunder Tree. I don't know if there were 5 or 6 before, but I know there's at least 4, right? And they seem to be sort of waiting for that right moment to approach the dragon and maybe broker that alliance, right? From what I can tell, they've been spying on this dragon from afar, trying to sort of gauge its demeanor and its needs.
Do you know if they've made contact with the dragon?
It remains remains to be seen. I can't imagine that they have. I mean, there's two spider corpses outside. My spidey sense says, no pun intended. If these if these cultists had tried to make contact, this soon, like they've showed up like not long after the dragon, they would find themselves dead. So I wager that they're sort of biding their time and sort of trying to get a lay of the land, and they're kind of looking for their inn. Right?
Do these guys wear anything distinctive?
Absolutely. They wear black. Yeah, they wear black cloaks, right? And they cut these cloaks to resemble dragon wings. They wear black leather masks with stylized dragon horns, right? So very clearly dragon fanboys, right? And what I can tell you for sure is that I speak Druidic, I speak Common, Gnomish, but I also speak a little Draconic, and that is absolutely what they're speaking. So they speak the Draconic tongue as well as Common. Right, so they are positioned to be able to talk.
No.
What about Zippy?
Infernal. I looked.
That's going to be difficult because I was thinking like one thing that we could do is like come bringing like a whole bunch of water for it because obviously there's no water around, and like try to buddy up with him and say, hey,
aren't there like scrolls where you can speak different languages?
Yeah, but we don't have one.
You don't have any of those?
I don't think so. But I was thinking like we could tell them that they're in league with the dragon that like kicked his ass.
Yeah.
And
Interesting.
I don't know.
Yeah.
What, you guys
the druid sort of eyes sort of like that interesting idea. Because he offers that one of the leaders, I believe the leader's name is Favric, right? Like these cultists seem as green as this dragon. Like they're here to sort of prove something. Now, interestingly, they haven't bothered me. I haven't bothered them. They kind of seem to want to be just sort of left alone to sort of figure out this dragon treat, right? Is this they haven't come through and laced to my blights or to me or to the spiders. They just sort of settled in or sort of biding their time. So, I'm not convinced that I'm not convinced that they're horrible people, right? But I'm not convinced that they're violent. I really think they're here to sort of make a name for themselves by talking to this dragon and getting him to commit to their cause.
Are these humans that are trying to get them? Like,
Yeah, are these cultists human?
human?
Yes. Yes, indeed. They are human. They're human.
Of course they are.
And they're not evil per se. They're just not good. So, you guys are at an impasse, right? You have
We know where the cultists. Does he know where the cultists are? Like,
oh,
where they're-
absolutely. Yeah, they're just off. They're just off. Straight to the east from me. You could follow the road around. Just slightly up to the north and then straight east. Now, of course, you're gonna skirt the path that leads to the dragon lair. So, be a little leery. You can cut through some buildings, and beeline to it. But you may run into my blights. Now here's the thing about my blights. right? They'll largely leave you alone, right? So long as you don't, mess about. Um, However, they're not the brightest of creatures, and they don't have necessarily a bloodlust. But from time to time, they may attack, and I get that. And one has to defend themselves, right? But for the most part, they're no more harmful than the other bushes. Now he doesn't know, what's happened, right?
Trying
And
to think, is there a way we can blame the Blight massacre on the cultists?
The cult, maybe. Yeah, I don't know if those cultists have really steered clear of the blights as much as you might.
what have you seen?
I've seen lots of what looked like an explosion of twigs. I did see one walking around, but
what? Oh no! Normally they don't attack. Well, now I'm concerned. Where was this? Where did this happen? Which direction did you come from?
I feel bad.
I know, me too.
Well, do you feel bad? Wait, what's your identity? You're you're an undeclared alignment, Karen. So I was like, you should probably at some point choose your path.
Yeah, I'm still discovering myself.
Well, Zippy was until tonight. Yeah, Skylar, you feel like shit, right? Because you've chosen the path of good. Favia, you're chaotic good, right? So you feel like crap.
Zippy's the only one that doesn't feel bad.
It's like Zippy feels really good about everything that's happened so far, right? He's like, if he could talk, he'd be like, fuck them twig lights, right?
No, that's what he's telling to me.
Yeah, so that he's like, it's all good,
It's fine.
Now Cyrus Bing, you were the most. You have. There's nothing about your character, by the way. At some point, you need some sort of identity. Well, you're muted.
I feel that a bunch of that stuff.
What happened? Did we change characters on you?
We may have when I changed from a warlock.
Oh, is it? Did you want the same backstory? I can copy that stuff in.
Yeah, I.
Or if you want a better backstory, like feel free to just either fill it out, or I can.
The funny part is I don't remember what alignment I was, so.
Yeah, we'll have to check that out.
All right.
But I think so for tonight. I think we're gonna end here. All I want before we end is a commitment to a plan, to sort of know: are you sticking in Thunder Tree? Are you taking on this dragon? You taking on the cult? Sort of, what's your game plan so I can make sure that I'm ready for next time? Because this isn't. I mean, you're at an interesting crossroads, right?
Yeah.
I feel like since we've killed all of his blights, we should do something nice for him.
Yeah, we should help him out. I'm good with that.
So just so you know, you haven't killed all of his blights, right? So like
we've killed a good chunk of his blights.
Yeah, and he's sort of seething, right? Because he's now assuming that these cultists, right? Like he kind of wants to see that, like they've left him alone, and he was really clear about that. And he can't imagine why they would attack his blights. Right. He does want to make it very clear to you guys that, whatever path you choose, he's not going with you to fight a dragon. Right? Nor does he want to fight the cultists. Because you guys can decide to leave, but this is his home. Right? And he doesn't want either of those factions turning against him if you guys decide to sort of cut your losses.
I think we should go after the cultists.
I can get behind that decision.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, let's see what we can learn. We might learn more about the dragon too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. So next time we regroup 2 weeks from today, you'll have a dragon potentially to deal with. You'll have some cultists to deal with. And just a sort of a gentle reminder that these aren't necessarily evil people who want to kill everything, right? Like these are just some dudes making some bad life choices potentially, right? So sort of scheme on how you can you have some really interesting ideas on how you can handle the situation, but maybe sort of scheme on your approach or think about how you want to attack this, right? Because you guys entered Thunder Tree a swinging, right? And you did some good, right? You got rid of some ash zombies. That's a good thing, right? Like twig blights, by the way, are not, they're not good, but they're not bad, right? So you did a little lawn care, we'll just say. All right, guys.
Yeah, we may come in like a bunch of murder hobos, but
exactly.
We have good hearts.
We're good. Yeah.
There you go. So as a parting thought, the druid says, as sort of you settle in, you're welcome to spend the night and sort of recharge, and it's safe here. I don't imagine you'll be too bothered, and if so, the blights will let us know if anything's afoot. So if you guys want to spend the night and do a long rest, you're welcome to do so. Because while I can make my way over to the where the cultists are staying fairly readily, be warned that there are spiders between here and there, right, that you'll want to avoid. But the blight should leave you alone, for the most part. All right. So,
Awesome.
So we'll rest.
So yeah, seeing how worked up you guys about killing blights, I'm glad this wasn't like a child massacre or something horrible. Right? So,
we just feel bad about killing the blights because he's being kind to us.
Yeah.
And they're his. That's why we feel bad.
It's like we destroyed his model car.
Yeah, I mean, so again, you didn't, you can ask next time, but you didn't really get into the backstory of the blights. Like I think the blights predated him, right? That was part of the lore. But he's a druid. He just probably found a way. Look, his friend may be your foe, right? Like things that are nice to a druid may not necessarily be nice to, Karen.
True.
So, all right, guys. On that note, it's delightful. I've got a meeting in a half an hour. That's an excitement.
Yay!
So,
are you prepared
for the meeting? Oh yeah, I got some coffee to heat up and some. I got some makers to pour into it.
Nice. It's a good way to have a meeting.
Exactly.
Yes.
All right, guys.
Hey, thank
Always
you
a
for
joy,
the game, guys.
See you guys next time.
Thank you.
Thanks, everyone.
Later.
Bye.
Bye.